Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Bernie here, giving you yet another video here on the channel, giving you the latest NBA news and rumors and also basketball opinions. And guys, today we got to talk about some important news coming not only from the state of California, but New York and Texas as well, as they are looking to open up and have pro sports teams return. We know that due to the pandemic and everything that's going on, sports teams were on a standstill and the NBA was on hold as we were almost there at the playoffs, but we know that that's not going to be the case, and they're going to have to play some, pre-warm-up games, and maybe they just might go straight into the playoffs. But nevertheless, it was a disappointing time because we all know that we wanted to see if the LeBron James Lakers could do it, or was it going to be the Kawhi Clippers that were going to be winning. It was going to be an interesting final series, especially as we know that the East, the Milwaukee Bucks, have a great team, but will they be able to get to the NBA Finals that way, as we know the Toronto Raptors are the defending champions of the 2018-2019 season. But nevertheless, like I said, it was put on hold, but the good news is that they are going to be returning relatively soon. Like I talked about, Andrew Cuomo said that he is encouraging major sports teams in the state to plan to reopen without fans. Hockey, basketball, baseball, football, whoever can reopen, we are ready, willing, and able partner. As he said in the daily news conference. I think it's the best interest of all the people and the best interest in the state of New York. California Governor Gavin Newsom was also someone that was kind of pushing back, saying, let's wait a little bit. But nevertheless, because these other states are saying, you know, we're trying to reopen, we're trying to get these sports teams back, he said that sports can resume without fans as soon as the first week of June. And that's going to be a huge thing because, like I talked about a little bit earlier, like I said, Newsom was going to say, you know what, the LA County, we're not going to have any sports until like July or August. And the problem with that is that when you have that going on, you know, teams are looking at ways that they can kind of continue the league. They're not going to wait for states to open up. If they could put everybody in Disney World, like we talked about here with my friend Brad, we usually do the Last Dance documentary. We talk about it, episodes 9 and 10, which was last Sunday. It will be filmed, but I want this video to come out first because I think this is very important news and a very promising sign to a lot of sports fans, especially NBA fans who are yearning for that kind of sports team or sports field to come back. But nevertheless, like I said, this is going to be an important time for us as we talk about the states reopening back up. We know that Texas Governor Greg Abbott said professional sports teams without fans could resume at the end of May. In addition, he said the Little League Baseball can resume play with parents watching under social distancing guidelines, which is a huge thing. And this, to me, as a basketball coach, as someone that was looking forward to the summer season, obviously is going to be cut short due to the pandemic, as tryouts, I think, we're going to be in a couple weeks here in our state of Seattle, which is going to be following the same kind of guidelines and timeline as California. It sucks to see that I'm not going to be able to have the opportunity to coach some of our guys into the summer season and going into the fall. Well, I can't really coach in the fall, but in the winter time when the season starts back up, it's a little disappointing. I think a lot of basketball players are disappointed in that aspect. But nevertheless, it's exciting to see that pro sports teams are returning, and hopefully what this means is that the amateur sports and everything that in between can now be revived and can be utilized again, because I think a lot of us are kind of growing tired of just sitting at home or just kind of waiting for stuff to happen. I think there's a lot of action that people want to do, and this isn't to get political or anything like that, because I don't want it to be. I don't want this to be a political video at all, but I think it's great that pro sports teams are returning, because nevertheless, these teams would honestly leave and go, like I said, to Orlando or Oklahoma where everything's open, or even Wisconsin, which I believe even the bars are open in Wisconsin. So to me, knowing that the bars are open there, I know we got to keep our social distancing. I know there's a lot of stuff that we got to kind of slow down on. We can't go full back into a full 100% on everything, but as long as we take our time and slowly bring everything back, I'm okay with it. And sports is going to be one of those things which, without fans, it's going to be a little weird, but nevertheless, we've already watched a little bit of it. I know that in Germany, the Bundesliga, which is a German soccer league, they did a pretty good job of it. They spaced everybody out. Everybody was wearing a mask. They were social distancing. And I think even now that the leagues are starting to open back up again, we know that pro sports teams, their trainers and players can now be back in their facilities as long as the trainers that are training the players have masks, they have gloves, making sure that they take the right precautions to make sure that nothing that comes from them, and there's no transaction of the coronavirus. Yeah, I said it. It is what it is. But nevertheless, it's going to be an interesting situation as we continue to watch pro sports teams and even just people kind of get back to normalcy. I think that's what people are looking for, whether it comes from sports, whether it comes from their job, whatever it is. They just want to get away from kind of the politicalization of it. They want to get away from the kind of doomsday doom and gloom that these sports, not sports, sorry, but these, you know, channels that are trying to spew kind of this, I would say, kind of false reality. I know that it's kind of tough to say, and I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to get political with it. But I think it's important to have great morale, and I think sports is a great way to do it. It gets your mind off the things that are going to cause trouble, or things that are going to be, you know, give you sadness or not really give you the motivation to want to do better. You know, sports, you know, we kind of watched the Last Dance documentary, and we see kind of the motivation that Michael Jordan brought to everybody when it came to the sports world, and also when it comes to just living everyday life. You know, go fullest, make sure you're the best at what you do, and that's what people are trying to do. But like I said, this is great news for people as we try to cut back to normalcy, as we try to get back to how can we get sports back. We know that a lot of NBA fans, including myself, are very disappointed that we couldn't continue the playoffs. But now that these sports leagues are going to be coming back slowly but surely, we're going to be excited to watch these players, these fans. You know, we're going to be watching a great entertainment with basketball, and it gets our minds off things. You know, the MLB season is going to start. You got a lot of teams and leagues that are going to be restarting or resuming or ending, you know, especially when it comes to England. Premier League soccer is going to be doing the same thing. The NFL with their preseason training, they're trying to get those players back into shape and get those players in a location where they can work on their craft. And the same thing with the NBA as they continue to get to the NBA finals. And as it begins closer and closer to that, maybe we'll do a review, or maybe we'll do kind of a playoff predictions to see what we think of each series, who's going to win what. But like I said, guys, this is great news that pro sports teams are going to be returning, and the governors are working to get those sports teams back into action and ready to play, because like I said, there's a lot of money to be made with sports. Sports is one of the biggest kind of revenue streams that comes from it, especially if you're going to tax and all that stuff, which I know these governors are looking forward to that taxing. You know, you're going to get a lot of money from these sports teams, from the TV contracts, whatever it is. Obviously not from merchandise or from ticket sales or vending costs, but nevertheless, they will be getting a little bit of that money. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of this sort of situation that's going on here with the governor and everything that's about that? Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? What is going to be your favorite thing once pro sports returns? And also, what do you guys think is going to be the timeline for the NBA to return? Is it going to be in June? Is it going to be July? Let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway, guys, like I said, my name is Bernie, here on The Charge, giving the latest NBA news and rumors and also basketball opinions. I'll catch you guys on the next video. And remember, guys, please subscribe. Thanks. Peace.